You and Your Young Child, a program of information and services available for you and your child from prenatal to age 5. You and Your Young Child has been brought to you in part by Minor Family Dentistry and by the Sternberg Museum of Natural History. Minor Family Dentistry would like to bring you the following dental health tip. It's recommended to have a dental checkup no later than your child's first birthday. An adult should brush for a young child and monitor older children's brushing to ensure a good job is done. Flossing should start when teeth are touching. Minor Family Dentistry wishes you good dental health. Families, including children of all ages, are welcome. Minor Family Dentistry, 1010 Downing and Hayes. Find them in the Next Tech directory.
So, you think you have skeletons in your closet? Come to Sternberg Museum, where we let our skeletons out of the closet.
Hello, and welcome to You and Your Young Child, the program devoted to early childhood. My name is Dana Stanton, and I'm the coordinator for the West Central Kansas Smart Start program. And with me today is Trooper Todd Hileman. Welcome.
Hello again.
Now, this is your, third time on our program?
Well, something like that, yeah, I think so.
Yes. Now, today we're going to talk about something that's very important coming up in September. Can you tell me what that is?
Yes, in September we're having a Child Passenger Safety Awareness Week, September 19th through the 25th. It's just a week that we do every year in September just to put awareness out there about child passenger safety and how important it is. We're going to be doing child seat check lanes all over Kansas. We're media releases, everything out there just to get parents a little more aware of the importance of that. So.
Now, you talked to lots of parents, I'm sure. What is the number one question that parents might ask when it comes to a car seat?
Usually the number one question I get is, which seat is best for my child? I mean, what seat should I buy? And I know that they're wanting me to put out a vendor or a brand, which I can't do. Any seat that's sold pretty much on the market, it's government tested, they are safe, they've been tested, they're safe for your child. Now, when we say that the best seat for your child is the one that fits your child, fits your vehicle, and the one you're going to use correctly every time. And that last part, the one you're going to use correctly every time, is the most important one. Because I know a lot of parents go out there and they go to whatever store and they see two seats by the same manufacturer that look almost exactly identical, but one is $50 and one is $84. And they're thinking, well, I'll just get the $50 one. Well, if that's all you can afford, that's fine. But I would press people to try and get that the one with a little more bells and whistles on it, because those lower end ones, a lot of them you have to take out of your car to do stuff like tighten the straps on your child, do stuff like that. And one day your child gets in with the heavier clothes, the next day with smaller clothes, and so one day it's tied on, that internal harness is tied on them, the next time it's loose, and if you have to, we're all kind of the same. If you have to go through dismantling a car seat to get everything perfect every time you get your child in it, you're probably not going to use that one correctly every time. So get the one with at least the bare minimum of convenience, where you can pull the strap and tighten it up on your child, push a button and loosen it. So think of that when you buy a car seat. And I would suggest taking your child with you if you can. Of course, you can if you're pregnant, but I guess you can. But take your child with you. Make sure that they're fitting in it correctly. Make sure that they like it and it's comfortable for them. So one that fits your vehicle, fits your child, and you're going to use correctly every time.
Now, the use correctly every time. I know one of the things that sometimes people have trouble with is the Latch system. Could you tell us about what that is real quickly?
Yeah, Latch stands for Lower Anchors and Tethers for Children, and it was designed to kind of make a child seat easier for parents. But anything It never ever works quite the way they want it to. So, but it is a good system. It has made it somewhat easier for parents. So you don't have to worry about the seatbelt and how to lock that seatbelt and lock that child seat in, because the latch is always going to lock on. It's always going to lock and keep that child seat in tight. But sometimes what I want to tell parents is don't always rely on the latch. Sometimes the seatbelt's better. Sometimes the latch is not the way it's angled. It's going to pull the seat up to a unsafe position, and you may have to go back to the seatbelt. But the couple things I want parents to understand is when you use latch, when you take those hooks out of the seat and you're putting them over the bars coming out of, and I guess for some parents, if they don't know what that is, latch is the lower anchors or those little bars that come out of the bite of your seat. You're going to want to hook it over top. Those hooks coming out of your child seat, you're going to hook it over top of those bars. Don't come up underneath. And if you're going to use latch, you have to use the tether that goes over the back, except for rear-facing seats. We don't tether rear-facing seats here in America. There are some that you can, but we don't require it. Mm-hmm. The other thing I wanted to mention was the lower anchors that come out of your seat. If once our seats now are going up to 65 pounds. Like my two boys, they have 65-pound seats with the internal harness, which I bought for them because it's safer for them to ride that way. And I would recommend parents do the same. It's that 5-point harness what race car drivers wear. It's the best thing they can be in. But those lower anchors are only rated to 48 pounds. Mm-hmm. So once your child starts getting up to that upper weight limit of the lower anchors, you're going to have to return back to the seat belt because it can go up higher. And even with the seat belt, you still need to use the tether. That keeps the top from moving too much in a crash.
Now, how will people know about the weight limit? Will it say that on the car seat?
Yes, all the car seats will say this car seat was designed for children between this height range and this weight range. And that's another big question I get. I had one last night. Mm-hmm. Can my child go into a booster seat? Well, and my answer to that is read the side of the seat. Mm-hmm. But the 5-point harness is always safer than the 3-point seat belt system, which we all wear. But our children need a little extra protection, so let's give it to them.
Okay. Now, in honor of seat belt awareness, I got the name wrong, Child Passenger Safety Awareness Week, there's an activity that we're going to do, so we're going to demonstrate. Tell us about what we're going to do.
Well, I brought my seatbelt convincer, and we're going to have you have a 5-mile-an-hour crash on it, so we get to see the fun of that, and I'll take your glasses off because we don't like to see them smash against the thing. But it's a convincer I take all over school, mainly schools and driver's ed and stuff like that, just to show kids just how hard 5 miles per hour is. And I wanted to do it with you just to remind parents, keep your child rear facing. The minimum height and weight and age you can turn them around is 1 year and 20 pounds. You can turn them around forward facing at 1 year and 20 pounds, but we are recommending you keep them rear facing for as long as you can. Most of the rear facing convertible seats go up to 35 pounds. Keep them in there as long as you can because their necks, they're fragile bodies. Yeah, they're fragile bodies. Their necks, a lot of times before a year and 20 pounds, and sometimes even after, cannot withstand that front end crash. And that's kind of what I want to show you.
Okay, well, we'll go do that. Okay.
Here we are with my seatbelt convincer. We're going to simulate a 5 mile per hour crash with Dana riding in the shotgun. You ready, Dana?
Yeah. That is a good example for parents that just at 5 miles an hour, that is a pretty big jolt. So we don't want our children to ever be in a situation where they're not protected, not rear facing at the appropriate ages. So parents, keep your kids buckled up. Parents, keep buckled up and make sure your children are properly restrained. Thank you, Officer Todd.
Thank you.
You've been watching You and Your Young Child. I'm all shook up. Parents, remember, you are your child's first and best teacher.
Thanks for watching You and Your Young Child, a program of information and services available for you and your child from prenatal to age 5. You can watch the program weekdays in the noon and 9 o'clock hours. You and Your Young Child has been brought to you in part by Minor Family Dentistry and by the Sternberg Museum of Natural History.